What's going on, guys? 821 Mayo here, and in today's video I'll be explaining why your rank never mattered in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, why am I doing this video? Well, over the past year or so of playing the game, I've come to the realization that a lot of players have this misconception when it comes to rank and how it affects them mentally. So if you're someone who plays a lot of ranked, this video very much applies to you and will also help you make sure you're in the right state of mind when it comes to ranked. With all of that being said, let's jump into the video. Before I go over how to fix this state of mind, let's take a step back and think about what a rank in this game actually is and why it doesn't matter. A rank in Rainbow Six Siege is just a symbol, an icon attached to a number in the game called ELO. This symbol of your rank has become a verification for players to tell off the bat if someone is a good player or not. And yes, you can argue that a Plat 1 player is much better than a Gold 3, and I completely agree with you. But it goes much further than just comparing two different players and their ranks. Because when you only compare two players, a Plat 1 and a Gold 3, you're not accounting for how much time they've played the game or their past experiences in the game, since the more time played usually means that you can only get better. But you also have to account for the mindset of the player when they play the game. This Gold 3 in this example could have a much more casual and only really playing for fun mindset. Yes, of course, the Gold 3 still wants to win, but that's not their main focus. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, the Plat 1 player has a much more serious, competitive state of mind when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege. Their primary focus is to win, and in the process, also have fun. Between these two players, their primary goals are swapped. Now, why is everything about these two players and what I just said so important about the topic of this video? Well, on one side of the room, you have players who want to have fun while still winning, and on the other side of the room, you have players who want to win but still have fun. So if you apply the logic of judging someone off their rank, when all they want to do is enjoy the game while still winning, then it wouldn't work. You're trying to apply this winner's mentality to someone that isn't so worried about winning, as much as having a good time. But this mentality does apply to someone who takes the game much more seriously, but there isn't one single question like what's your rank that's going to determine how skilled an individual is. So let me give you an analogy. Let's say you're going to have this grand reveal of a brand new commercial plane, but you want to hold this reveal in an apartment that someone owns. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to fit an airplane of that size into such a small area inside of a building, right? Well, the same logic applies here to judging someone off their rank. The apartment building is someone's rank, meanwhile their individual skill is the plane. The plane does not respect the size of the apartment, so you cannot accurately reveal it. The same way someone's rank does not represent their skill, so you cannot accurately reveal that either. This is what I meant earlier by understanding how good someone is just by asking them the simple question, what's your rank? You're not taking into consideration how much time they have played, their past experience, or what their mindset is when they do play. You can't get all of that and more off of one question. I hope that makes sense. I probably could have explained that better, but I did the best I could. Now that I've given my explanation and thoughts on why your rank doesn't matter, let me help you fix the mindset of only worrying about rank so that way you can properly improve in Rainbow Six Siege. But before we jump into that, I quickly want to mention that 45% of you guys aren't subscribed. It takes me a long time to write the scripts to these videos, edit, and all of that work, so seriously, any support I'm very, very grateful for. We're also closing in on 50k subs, so if you want to be here before then, make sure you hit that big red button. I also want to say that I'm doing coaching, so if you're a console player or a PC player, I coach both platforms. Any questions you might have can all be answered and found on my Patreon. There's a link to it in the description. And lastly, I now have a second channel. Between my main channel and my second channel, that's 10 videos a week. What you can find over there on the second channel is videos from private coaching sessions, tier list Tuesdays, which is going to be a regular thing every Tuesday on my Twitch stream. There's also a link to that in the description, and a whole bunch of other content. So make sure you guys go check out the second channel. I would really appreciate it. Now, to understand how to fix this mindset, we have to understand what purpose a rank serves in this game. A rank's primary purpose is to loosely represent someone's skill, so that way they can play against other players with their similar skill level. Now, I want to make it clear that what I just said does not mean that what I said earlier doesn't still apply, because it does. What I just said about a rank are my thoughts. Meanwhile, what the purpose of a rank in Rainbow Six Siege is to make sure you have people with similar skill level play against each other. So this way you don't have someone who's been playing the game for 5 years in a competitive mindset completely smoke someone who just started playing the game. I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to go back on what I said earlier. I'm simply explaining why a rank is in the game in the first place. So now that you understand what a rank is meant to do and why it's in the game, let's go over what a rank means to you and how you can fix this mentality. So allow yourself to answer this question I'm about to ask with 100% honesty. It's important you do so. So, what does your rank mean to you? What do you think it represents about you? If you're someone who doesn't care about your rank and all you want to do is get better, then that's great. I wish you the best. But I guarantee that there are still people watching this video right now, listening to each and every word I'm saying, and still not being honest with themselves. To some or a large majority of players out there, a rank means everything to them. It's the end-all be-all to make sure they are content with themselves just because they achieved a virtual number in a video game or reached a rank that they thought they could never reach. Well, I'm going to tell those people who worry about their rank too much that you guys are thinking about the wrong part of the game. You need to change your perspective. So how can you fix this so this way you're thinking clearly? Well, I'll tell you exactly how. The way you can go about fixing this is shifting your mindset and goals and ambitions to a different state of mind. You worry about the wrong part of the game, and more specifically, your rank. You should be focused much more on your skill as an individual. We can go back to what I was saying earlier about the plane and the apartment. You can't track your skill by only following a rank. Think of it this way. Your skill and rank are two different loading bars, except your skill is attached to your rank. So if your skill goes up, your rank also goes up. They both respect each other in that aspect. But it doesn't work like that the other way around. If your rank goes up, that doesn't always mean your skill does too. I've seen it time and time again where a player will be Plat 1 but has the decision making of a gold player. You see, what happens here is sometimes a player's rank gets inflated, but their skill doesn't follow their rank. There are many reasons as to why someone might have a higher rank than their actual skill represents, but that's besides the point. What matters here is that you focus on actually improving instead of ranking up. Have your mind and thoughts clear for your individual improvement. So to kind of wrap up everything I just said, let's bring all of this down to a paragraph. A rank doesn't matter because it doesn't accurately represent you as an individual, and you have much more to give as a player more than just a rank. With the right mindset, of course. The whole reason for a rank in this game in the first place is to loosely place you in a pool of other players with similar skill level, but that's not always the case. Your rank in this game should mean nothing more than a symbol and the number of ELO attached to it. It carries no value or holds no water. If you still struggle with this state of mind, you should be much more focused on actually improving your skill, so that way you can get better at Rainbow Six Siege. If you focus on your skill, your rank also improves, not the other way around. And I want to say one last thing before I go. If you have a hard time self-reflecting as a player, you can use your rank to loosely track your progression, but do not forget everything I just said earlier. If you don't know how to self-reflect or want to learn how, I made a video called Why You're Not Improving Anymore in Rainbow Six Siege. I think that understanding as a player and self-reflecting is the single most positive and impactful thing you can learn in this game. But with all of that being said, that is the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. As I'm reading the script now and speaking, the past version of myself spent around 2.5 hours writing the script, so seriously, any support I'm really thankful for. While you're down there, don't forget there are links to all of my social media, as well as my second channel and a link to my coaching. And to lastly, check out the Wichita Wolves. I'm a content creator for them. They're a great org, so make sure you guys go show them some love. But with all of that self-plugging out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you guys in the next video.